Welcome to episode 3 of Beyond the Blade. Coming up in this show, we'll show you what success looks like as the 2022 Fireblade makes its road racing debut. There's short circuit action from Oulton and Donington parks, where we also celebrated 30 years of Fireblade production. We'll round out the show with a trip up to Morecambe for a look back at the younger years with John McGuinness.
Stop that. I hear him chat to the noise. Then stop at the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man's keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. Let's go tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Act like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch now, please use caution. Act like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch now, please use caution.
First 3 words I think about Northwest: passion, dreams, memories. Spent all my life coming here as a kid, and coming here now, I think, for Factory Honda this year is extra special.
It's just an old race, it's part of the calendar. It's my first ever road race for me was 1994 at the Northwest 200, so it's always has a big place in my heart. All the experience you've got, you still eyes are popping out your head 200 miles an hour. It's funny, this place. I've been here loads of times and like going really, really well and been in the hunt for winning the race, and then crossed the line 6 and been only 2 seconds off winning the race, and you think, God, where did that go? You know, you're slipstreaming at 200 mile an hour, you're wheel to wheel with the guys, so there's a lot of, you know, you need a lot of trust with everybody. This is a mass start, so it's a proper race to the flags.
There's lots of variables here, you know, that can make things difficult. The biggest thing that makes our sort of job more difficult is the wind. This week we've had a big side wind going to Coleraine, and it wasn't fun at all because the bikes are out of control, and that is a big challenge when the wind changes. But also, like, sometimes you just have a headwind and a tailwind, and that won't make the stability bad, but it will change braking markers.
If the wind changes 90 degrees and you get a tailwind down towards the university, we're all going to have to change the gearing because the things will be pinging off the limiter and putting the bike under a lot of stress. But yeah, you know, these are all the little things, the little cheeky little curveballs you get bunged at you that you don't really understand until you've actually done it lots of times and you get that experience. But it's hard on the bike, it's hard on the body.
I think we've all realised how much we've missed it, and I've never seen up here as alive in my life, so look at it now, it's 9 o'clock, it's filling up fast. 100,000 people probably going to be here. If you didn't enjoy riding a motorbike here without spectators, there'd be something wrong with you. If you didn't enjoy it even more with 100,000 people cheering you on, you need your head looked at.
11 years ago, the last time I was here, what can I say? You know, the weather, the fans, the atmosphere has been ecstatic, albeit it is a long and grueling week for teams and riders and mechanics and everything else. But the event and whole and the racing is fantastic.
You see programs waving for you the whole way around the lap, and that is something new that I've never experienced anywhere else but here. So
my throat hurts now.
You know, spectators are sometimes feels like half a metre away. 200 mile an hour straights, we're so close to them. You know, this place is like no other.
Do you know, I'm happy as the way the racing has gone today, yeah. I tell you what, started off a bit, I got a real rubbish launch off the line, got duffed up a little bit, and then I was going down the straight and Brian McCormack's rear tyre just delaminated in front of me, but unbelievably badly delaminated. And spooked me out a little bit, to be honest. Hold my hands up. It did freak me a little bit. So riding around with my old sparring partners from the TT, Hillier and Hutchie and Rutter and stuff. So yeah, I mean, what a day, what a day. You know, the job's on fire. The bikes are good, the bikes are strong, the bikes are reliable, right across the boards, even 600 super stock superbikes. So yeah.
We have to thank Honda so much. Give me this opportunity based off previous experiences here for the 2020 season. COVID came and stuck by each other. We've improved the Fireblade, we've developed it, we've challenged it for British Championship wins. Davey Todd backed me up fantastically in the first race as well. Made me work so hard. And I really tip my hat to him, and I mean that, I don't say it lightly. I'm so impressed with his riding. And for John to finish 5th in the last race, he's 50, he's finished 5th when he's been in his prime here. And he knows that, and I think he's not far away from his prime again. I've been riding him, been testing with him. The man's doing a great job, and just so happy, so happy.
Glenn is so passionate about things, and I think that's what makes Glenn Irwin. You know, look at the way he celebrates. You can really tell there's some passion and motivation and love involved in that.
Thank you. Best feeling in the world. Cheers, Fred. Thank you.
I'm going to get out of this suit and I'm going to open that fridge and get a cool beer, and then probably followed by another one, probably followed by another few more. So it's probably going to be a heavy one, but we all deserve it.
I hope I get to bed before the sun comes up in the morning, but I'd say I'll probably still be out.
Perfect. Thank you, mate.
Cheers, mate.
From the success of the roads of Northern Ireland, it was back to the day job for the team in the British Superbike Championship. Let's round things up from Oulton and Donington Park. Typically one of the more challenging rounds in the BSB calendar, Oulton Park didn't fail to deliver when it comes to excitement and drama for all of the riders in the team. Glenn took the championship lead into the round, had an 11th in race 1, then a 9th and a 17th in the two 18-lappers as he searched for a setup that suited him in the track. Irwin and the team finished the round with a 6-point lead in the championship. A point-scoring finish in race 2 for Superbike rookie Tom Neve meant things were looking promising for race 3 until the Cheshire circuit dumped him at turn 1 in the opening lap of the final race. A trip to the med centre and concussion followed. Tom waited the mandatory period and was passed as fit to race for Donington, only to crash at Craner in the first race. Him and the team decided he should sit things out for the remainder of the round at Donington. He'll be back to full strength for Knock Hill in about a month's time. Rio Mizuna was disappointed with his performance at Oulton Park and came away determined to find a better setup for him at Donington. In the opening race at Donington, Rio scored his first BSB points of the season. Seeing Rio and Takumi battle all the way to the line in race 2 was encouraging for both of those guys and the whole team to see. There was drama in the final race here at Donington for Glenn, who was left with nowhere else to go but down when a bike crashed in front of him. A 5th in the opening race of this round looked promising for Glenn and the team. Unfortunately, he sheared a foot peg in the second race and then had that crash in the third. This is the highs and lows of racing, and we're moving into now what should hopefully be a high with Glenn's first TT. It wasn't just racing here at Donington Park. Coming up, we're going to take a look at the 30th anniversary celebrations for the Honda Fireblade. Welcome to the Donington round of the British Superbike Championship. It's the Sunday of race day and I'm walking down towards the Melbourne Loop for something pretty special that Honda have got going on this weekend. It's the 30th anniversary celebrations of these, the beautiful Honda Fireblades. There's every single model and iteration and standard paint and custom paint and modified bikes and everything Fireblade is going on this weekend. Honda's taken over the whole of the Melbourne Loop. I can see trials riding demonstrations going on over there. There's a rolling road over here with the DCT bikes on. It's just a celebration of all things Honda, but Fireblade in particular. There's so many to look at. We're going to speak to fans, speak to some of the racers, pick up a few Fireblade stories, yeah, and just enjoy the weekend. What a lovely way to spend my weekend. I'm with the boss, the head of Honda UK, Mr. Neil Fletcher. Again, this is probably the third weekend on the bounce that we've caught up with each other, Neil. But we've come into this riding off the back of massive success for the Fireblade. at the Northwest 200.
Like you said, it's the third weekend on the trot. We've been doing something.
Yep.
Couldn't be happier, really. You know, seeing all of our customers here with their own bikes going around, you know, the iconic Donington track, with you there as well, obviously,
Ticking
showing
boxes.
them the way.
For more on the Fireblade celebration event, you can find the link in the description below, or you can follow Honda's social channels. And finally to Morecambe, on a Goldwing and an Africa Twin, for a look back at the younger years with Mr. John McGuinness. In April 1972, there were thousands, if not tens of thousands, of babies born every single day in the UK. Tiny little bundles of joy brought home to tiny little average houses just like this one here. 52 Granville Road in Morecambe, about 250 metres from the beach. It's a lovely sunny day. And like I say, we're almost 50 years to the day that Mr. John Warren McGuinness was born. We're here for a day in Morecambe with the hometown hero himself. Mr. McGuinness, I'm doing that thing where I don't know because of the MBE if I should like bow or salute or...
You don't have to do anything, just a handshake's perfect, mate.
How's your day, all right?
Grand, yeah, beautiful day in Morecambe.
So we're here for a whistle-stop tour of your hometown, and it all starts at number 52. It's probably a stupid question to ask if you've got any memories of being a brand new baby, but...
Not so much memories of being a brand new baby, but definitely memories of riding my first motorbike and my little ItaliJet 50 in the back road behind 52 Granville Road.
Should we nip round and have a look?
Let's do it.
Right, John, I think that's your house there, but I can see a story and a smile on your face already.
I'm not, it's just weird, isn't it?
Talk me through it then. So this is the street where you first ever twisted a throttle on anything in your life.
I remember coming downstairs Christmas Day, and there it was, the old ItaliJet was under the tree. So I would be 3 coming up to 4, so that would be 1975? 5-ish, yeah, 1975. And then I just couldn't wait to get out on it, you know. So my dad bolted on some stabilisers, and I remember him just shoving me up here, and then he walked to the top of the street and then sent me back off, and he said he told me I was coming flat out heading for this red brick wall, and he's like, stop! And he said I just went, put brakes on and just stopped and just there on stabilisers. I can see it now, you know, the Stars and Stripes helmet I had when I was a kid, it would have been miles too big, it would have been spinning on my head. It would have strapped it on, and you know.
I think we're going to move on, and for me the story rolls from Taljet to Malaguti, and I think there's probably some footage that we might be able to use for this.
Kept that cheeky for you, you know, kept that under wraps a bit, but you will be howling when you see that. Like, it's so funny.
Well, let's go and have a look. Here we are, John. Scene of the crime, probably. Well, a crime nowadays, isn't it? It's called Westgate Wonders now. What was it called back then?
That was King George's playing field. There were swings here, and you could go on them fields on your little bikes. You know, you'd have half an hour or so fun on there. So my dad loaded up all the kids off the street. I think we had maybe a dozen kids in the back of the old Bedford van.
Like kidnap them?
Yeah, just come and doing this jump. The little kids are like, yeah, you know. So we laid them all out on a sheet. I came along, big, like a metal ramp, a couple of blocks, straight over the top of him. Everybody laughing like buggery. Bikes back in the van and away back, yes.
So
we didn't think anything different of it.
So I'm hoping that we'll be able to sit down and watch that footage when we go back to your house later on. So I don't really want to spoil it, but let's. For me, what I'm trying to give the viewers is a little bit of a feel of your motorcycle progression. So we've had the first one with the stabilisers, this one here, and now on to, like I say, Sweet 16.
16-year-old, AP50, Council Estate in Easham. Met the wife.
Let's go and have a look. Right, John, we've pulled up at Malladale Avenue. Literally, you wouldn't have put 4 gears into those bikes between where we've started and where we've ended up. And it's another house that you've lived in.
You know, there's my little room there, little box room at the side. And
down the side there would have been where you would have kept that AP50 that you cherished and rode literally the day you turned 16.
yeah, it was in the garage, and like I say, my licence was ready, my insurance was ready, it was MOT'd, I was just looking at my watch, clicking onto...
waiting for a tap on the shoulder.
Yep, that's it. I'd have been up at whatever o'clock, first bit of daylight, and I'd be off micron pipe on it, Mead speed front mudguard, K&M filter, I sprayed it myself, and you know, I made a right mess of it, to be fair. I actually made a single seat in there for it, out of fiberglass. It weighed more than the bike.
So we can't not tell the most important part of the McGuinness story for me, which is the lovely Becky McGuinness, who you met on this street when you moved into that window up there and looked out across to that window there. There she lived.
That was Becky's bedroom, that was my bedroom, and it was... Hello! We were only kids, teenagers. Yeah, we used to wheel them down here. All the boys were showing off, but all chasing the other girls as well around the estate. But there was like 3 of them kicking around, 3 witches we call them. And we're still all real great friends. And you know, I got the blonde one, which was Becky, which I was happy about. I was all happy. She ticked all the boxes. You know, I started racing 1990 into 1990. Becky was at my first race meeting.
Aintree.
Aintree, yeah. And that's the journey where it all started. But 91, 2, never had a shilling, going from race to race, sleeping in the back of a van, didn't care. Then I went to did World Supersport in 2002.
Yep.
So I just lived the dream. You know, I was travelling from place to place, living in Germany, living in Italy, living in France and all that. We never had a home, we never had a base. The base was the motorhome, so wherever we were parked, that was our base, which worked out brilliant. I'm always happy to come home. That's why I got the freedom of the town. I'm always proud of Morecambe and Lancaster.
Well, I think the town is proud of you, which is why I want to finish this shoot at the last location, which is the famous mural wall.
It's actually on the side of a hairdresser's, Colin Brown, so I might get a cheeky...
I might ask if they've got a bag of shavings.
I need one, look, it's there, this. It's getting a bit heavy at the side, a bit Coco the Clown, but yeah, well, let's go down and
take me down and show me that.
have a check that one out.
John, no trip to Morecambe would be complete without a stop at the mural wall. We were just talking before we started the cameras rolling. It's interesting hearing you say how you kind of got so wrapped up in your career and earning the right to be painted that you forgot a little bit that this had even happened.
Yeah, it was strange. The council sort of informed me and wanted to sort of just tidy up this area a little bit around this part of Morecambe. Done some fishing murals and bits and pieces on some of the ends of the terraces, and they said, "Oh, you know, we've got this wall for you now." I was like, well excited, but I didn't know what to expect. I thought there was going to be a little bit of a picture on there, but when you look at it, it's huge, isn't it?
Yeah, it is massive,
and it's celebrating my 15 win. My first win's up there with the number 4s going through it, and my 250, first 130 lap. So yeah, the Morecambe missile. It's weird. I don't really call myself a Morecambe missile, but a lot of people do. But it's but it's quite cool. It's been cold worse, I suppose.
I never felt the need to pack your bags and do like the whole race of living in Andorra. Never wanted to move any further than 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 houses within about 5 square miles of each other.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's nothing nicer than Morecambe on a nice day. And if it's a cold day, put another coat on. You know, we have the Lake District 30 minutes that way. We've got the Yorkshire Dales 30 minutes that way. And maybe I'm a bit biased, but I'm a Morecambe lad through and through. Dead proud of my roots, and I wouldn't go anywhere. You know, it would be nice to have a little apartment somewhere, but I still get homesick and go away racing, and you know, I've been everywhere in the world racing, and it's just nice. But I'm happy to come home. I'm still happy to come back to Morecambe.
Well, John, like I say, we could probably spend days and days riding around Morecambe with you, pointing out the sights, but we've only got 5 or 6 minutes in this segment of the show. I'd quite like to finish it at your actual home, the one that you live in now, and I get the feeling you're probably not going to be moving on from this one.
You'll have to wheel me out of that one. Let's go. Here we are, Johnny. We went down to see that King George's playing field. We did jumping the kids, and this is it, 1975 or 1976, little Malaguti 50. It's funny, you just have a look, let's play it.
Did it?
There you go. Look, there's the Bedford.
Look at that.
There's me. Look at the other. Look, kid after kid after kid coming out of that. That's the XR75 that I've got here.
Look at that tracksuit.
Yeah. Just a look, it doesn't even fit me, that helmet.
Look at your face.
Should be in there.
What the hell?
That was cool, that was cool to do that, wasn't it?
In you come, you nutters. Face down. Look like they're all being arrested.
Oh,
you look a bit nervous there,
yeah, I'm
mate.
nervous.
That was a little bit of a
I am flapping. I'm flapping there. My dad's just saying you're doing it, and that's it. And I go, all right. In a minute, I go, all right. All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Slow mo, full bore. Fun. Yeah, feet come off the pegs here on this one, I think. When I bounce, I have a bit of a double bounce up, yeah. Kids are happy to be in one piece. That's my mum. And dog's in picture now. Sam, love that dog. It's mega.
Look at that.
Watch my head nearly. My helmet don't fit me. I like watch my head nearly bounces off.
Bit of whiskey throttle and everything.
There you go, the end.
Mate,
yeah.
That's
joyous, isn't
That's
it?
brilliant, yeah. Well, we've got some bits and pieces lined up to shoot out there that will bring you in the next episode of Beyond the Blade. If you enjoyed this show, make sure to hit like and subscribe. If you do that, John, that's the thing that people do when they do this, and it points towards where the bell is. I don't know. Thanks very much. Hope you enjoyed the show.